Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. This video is kind of a spur-of-the-moment impromptu video, sharing just little pieces of my life and my experiences with you, as well as my thoughts on things. But before I go there, oh my gosh, I have some exciting, and I do mean exciting news to share with you. Those of you who've been following along as I'm working on putting together a plan for building out the minivan that belongs to an 82-year-old woman, Teresa, who's living in the front seat of that van. Well, as I shared with you, it was a challenge. And there have been, how can I say it, some rough spots. That's the only way to put it. There have been some valleys and some rough spots that I thought this whole project was going to have to be just squashed. But something happened. And oh my gosh, I'm going to share it with you. I'm not going to share it till tomorrow, but come back tomorrow. And I'm not only going to share it with you, I'm going to show you her van. And you're not going to believe it, but don't miss that. But meanwhile, back to this video. I just wanted to talk a little bit about doing things my way and how that has worked for me. You know, when I came onto YouTube, I got people telling me, well, you need to do this, or you need to do that, or we need to do it this way, or we need to do it that way. And some of these people were experienced YouTubers. So I knew that they had built successful channels doing it by following certain guidelines and certain rules. Now, I'm not saying you can throw all rules out, but I am saying you need to do what works for you. Now, I started my channel with the premise that, number one, I wanted to honor God. Number two, building a financial legacy for my special needs child and helping others. Now, I had a lot of people who would talk to me about, well, you need to be doing Amazon affiliates. You need to be building this area. You need to be getting sponsorships. And I said, you know what? I have a plan, and I'm going to stick to my plan. One of the things in my plan was going totally against everything that made sense. And that was not uploading videos on Sundays. Based on my analytics, Sunday is the day that more people watch YouTubes on my channel than any other day of the week. So in other words, a YouTube video that I upload on Sunday is going to have a much higher likelihood of being successful and going viral. But I made a commitment that Sundays I wasn't going to do any work on my channel. I might, help someone else or do something for someone else, but I wasn't going to upload videos. I wasn't going to do lives. I wasn't going to do any of those things. And I'll tell you how I came to that conclusion. Not just because I wanted to honor God and just take that day kind of as a day of rest, but I looked at Chick-fil-A, and anyone who knows about that restaurant, they're phenomenally successful, and they don't open on Sundays. And I thought, of course, I'm not Chick-fil-A. I don't have their money. I don't have their, business expertise. But I thought, if they can succeed closing down on one of the busiest days of the week, I can succeed on YouTube not uploading videos on my busiest day of the week. And you know what? It has worked. So I wanted to expand on this concept a little bit. Not just on being successful in YouTube or on YouTube, but also being successful in life. And by successful, I don't only mean making money or being prosperous or having a lot of things. I mean having a peace of mind, a peace within your spirit, enjoying life, enjoying your family, and really focusing on the things that matter. So having said that, I'm going to share this with you. I have decided that from now on, every year, I'm going to take a month or close to a month off. I'm going to take that month to reflect on, things going on in my life, to get closer in tune with God, to build stronger relationships with my family, particularly my daughter, and focus on the things that are really most important. Now, YouTube is important to me, but it's not the most important thing to me. According to my YouTube demographics, most of my viewers are of an age where, like myself, you have many more years behind you than in front of you. And I don't know about you, but I want to make those years count for something. And I want to use the wisdom that I've acquired over these last years to do better in the years ahead of me than I've done in the years behind me. And one of the things that I'm going to do during that month that I take off, and actually that I've been implementing all along, is casting off things that are weights that weigh me down. I think it's in Hebrews in the Bible. It talks about casting off the weights that hold you back and weigh you down. Oh, by the way, I had someone recently in a comment who said, could you please stop talking about all that Bible stuff, or not talk about Bible stuff so much? Well, my response to them was to tell them again what the purpose of my channel was, and to let them know if that purpose that I had stated, including honoring God, didn't coincide with their values, that perhaps this wasn't the channel for them. Oh, I had to chuckle when I read that. But anyhow, I would encourage you to let go of those things that are weighing you down. And if I might be so bold as to say, some of those things that were weighing me down were toxic relationships. Just because someone has been in your life for a long time doesn't mean they're meant to stay in your life. Or it doesn't mean you're meant to continually have conversations with them every day or every week, or however often you have been doing so in the past. If after you get off the phone with them, or after you leave their presence, it takes a long time to pump yourself back up, and you feel like I feel like I told someone about a situation that I had spent some time with a particular person, and I was telling another friend, I said, when I left, I felt like a camel whose hump was dragging. And I said, you know what? I'm not willing to feel like that anymore. I'm not willing to take on someone else's burdens and hear all their negative stuff. I'm just not willing to do that. And I would encourage you to cut that kind of individual out of your lives. Or at the very least, limit your contact with them. I'm going to extend a challenge to each and every one of you. For the next week, this is Friday, from now until next Friday, which I think would be the 26th, I'm going to challenge you each day to get up and start the day, the very first thing, with a positive thought and a positive affirmation. And if any of you want to join that challenge with me, because I'm going to do that with me and my daughter. And if any of you want to join that, could you drop in the comments what your positive affirmation is going to be? Because we're going to have the same one I don't know, maybe we'll have the same one every day, maybe we'll change. I don't know, I'll have to think about it. You know what else? I'm going to add another challenge to this. Let's just make it interesting, shall we? I'm going to add a challenge to drop something this week that has been a weight and holding you back and holding you down. To let go of it this week. And would you share in the comments what that's going to be? And let us know next week, or maybe on our live on the 27th, what you dropped, what your affirmation was. So let's do this together. Sometimes doing things with other people helps to keep you motivated and keeps you going. All right, folks, don't forget tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I'm going to share how this whole project with Teresa almost crashed and burned, but how it got revived. And, you know, I just know that it was God's will, and I'm excited. And when you see what I'm going to show you tomorrow, I guarantee you're going to be excited and shocked. All right. I love each and every one of you. May your journeys be filled with joy and blessings. Till the next time. Bye-bye.